Good evening, it's Kinninigan. Please share, like, subscribe. If you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. Um, and I'll show you an Alpha Draconian reptilian in the Vatican, allegedly. So the College of Cardinals has just convened to. Is the new Pope going to be reptilian? We'll see. I'm showing you the conclave of cardinals because I have another clip from the Vatican, not recent, and it's still up for debate this day. What this other video I have is allegedly it's an Alpha Draconian reptilian, but what I'm looking for in this, someone left a Twitter comment. The one, oh, there we go. Yeah, why? Okay. You see how this one cardinal is dressed? This is interesting. I'm going to tell you. Right there, with the Egyptian-looking head robe. Aleister Crowley used to wear similar garb. See that? Yeah, that might be the Twitter comment. Someone asked in the comments, why is one of the cardinals wearing black? That looks occultic to me. There's no doubt in my mind. First of all, I've made videos on the occultism of the Vatican. One of them was actually blocked because I used video clip footage from a TV show called The Borgias, in which another I think he was a priest or something of the church who did not agree with the Vatican, who was actually calling the Vatican out for their corruption, the black Jesuits, the Borgias, the black nobility, I'm sorry. That's who he might be representing, as the black nobility, because there is no doubt in my mind that along with this voting, there is an occult ritual performed on the election of a new pope. I also made videos before on how is the Vatican. I actually had I did it on one of my YouTube channels. I read the ritual. I did it while I was kind of half drunk, and I literally banished Nancy Pelosi out of the Catholic Church with the. Now I don't have the power to do that. I just read the ritual and put Nancy Pelosi's name in there. But yeah, there is a ritual that they do in the Vatican where they could condemn you to burn in hell. How does the Vatican have the ability to hex people? Because it's neo-pagan. It's Roman paganism. Yeah, I know about the occultism in the church. Whatever. This is a whole nother, video subject. But that's who this guy. But I got another clip to show you. A guy. So, yeah, Raymond, why is the one cardinal wearing black? Looks occultic to me. That looks like an Egyptian-inspired headdress. Oh, but I know what you're going to say. But Jewish rabbis wear that. Yeah, and Freemasonry is it's Jewish mysticism, which is basically Egyptian mysticism. There's heavy ties with Jewish teachings and Egypt, obviously going back to Moses parting the Red Sea and freeing the slaves from Egypt. The whole thing was a metaphor. So, if any of you ever saw this clip, hold on, I got another clip here.
The visitors are not our friends. They've come to rape our planet and kill us. They are not who they appear to be.
That's not what real reptilians look like. Yeah, that's from the TV show V. Here's the thumbnail. And you can see this congregation walking. And there appears to be an entity in a red robe. In red. Red is symbolic of blood in the occult. There's no... And it appears to be an Alpha Draconian. Because it looks like this. And this is my theory on what real reptilians look like. Alpha Draconian reptilians, anyway. This is one of the pictures drawn by my very talented illustrator. And I have dozens of these pictures. I even have some paintings, color paintings of reptilians. So we're going to have a reptilian art show. How does that sound? So this was a video I made in 2021. It was 5 years ago. Of this procession happening. I don't know if the original video is still
5 feet
on.
tall.
I'm going to
Very
turn the
small.
volume down in this one so you don't hear me talking in that video. But, yeah, and then I clipped out what we were looking at in the... So now here's one thing I want you to notice. You'll see a black guy in the procession. He's black right there. So it's not an artifact that happened because somebody was dark-skinned. Yeah, and this entity in the Vatican, that's a screenshot of my Yusuf Estes reptilian shapeshift video. That looks exactly like this and what this entity in the Vatican appears to be when it's moving in this procession. You can see a black guy in the procession. That's not the reptilian, obviously. And so I cut the clip out. This is a half-hour long video. And I want to get the part where I'm just playing the procession clip. Right there. And you can see that entity moving. Now, I don't know who sent me this clip, but I've been sent some strange shit over the years. Some of it's from the deep state. Some of it's from just fucking people that are bored and want to mess with me and whatever. And some stuff I'm sent and it's crazy. So I never know, you know. It wouldn't be the first time the deep states tried to send me fake reptilian footage to try to discredit me. But this reptilian looks nothing like... The only people that teach that reptilians look like this is me and one other person. And that was the person I got the idea from, who is not a well-known researcher. And I listened to his theory years ago on why our national symbol was the eagle, like the Roman eagle, going back to the Vatican and Rome. That's because it's the symbol of the Alpha Draconian rep. Now this is all we have with this procession and the video quality. But that thing that's standing in this procession does not look human. That is not an Egyptian headdress it's wearing. You can see the head shape. And it seems to be only about 4 feet tall, which would make perfect sense with what I teach about Alpha Draconians. They're parasites. They are not, quote-unquote, apex predators. They are parasites. And the only thing that keeps these disgusting entities in power is the secret societies and the humans that are in them. And secret societies are an arm of Rome itself. I'm getting very frustrated with this current administration. There's a few people in Donald Trump's administration who I know are... One of his is his Secretary of Commerce, who people are accusing of being Trump's Jewish handler. Harold Lutnick, I think. He's one of them Jews that worked at the World Trade Center and didn't show up for work on 9/11. He used to work for Cantor Fitzgerald, Zionist banker. And he wears a yarmulke all the time. Yeah, and he's Trump's secretary. I'm getting sick of the secret societies. And I don't know. We'll see. Today, James O'Keefe from OMG, who had Project Veritas taken from him, which is what I'm always afraid is going to happen to my reptilian research. Hopefully it doesn't. You know, this is why I work independent. Who the fuck needs to work with people when you're going to have a bunch of people work for you like James O'Keefe and then they steal your company from you? That ain't happening with me. So this is why I work alone. So, the reptilian knowledge that I'm going to drop in this book should be pretty eye-opening for a lot of people, but I don't want to hold back with the truth. It's not these entities that we need to go after. It's the humans that are working for them. Yes, we still haven't gotten any Epstein files. The Diddy case is going on in court, I know, and supposedly names are coming out. No one's arrested yet, though. But God forbid you were a patriot on January 6th at the Capitol. They would have found a clip like this in this kind of quality and been kicking down your door with an FBI raid to arrest you for an insurrection. Yeah, that's another thing we're going to talk about. I need to make a video teaching people about your Second Amendment rights and what it actually means. And why it's a bunch of bullshit that we have activist judges doing all these injunctions against Trump. Remember, we broke away from England in 1776 due to corrupt piece of shit, most of them Freemason magistrates from England who would just make up crimes. These are the same people that burned women at the stake for witchcraft while they were pagans themselves. Alright, I'm getting... I get a little emotional talking about the Vatican, reptilians, and secret societies. Maybe it's my calling in life to do it. Although so if you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. There's no ads on these videos. Yeah, this is it's going to be kind of hard to see. Let me see when I took the clip out of the video. Yeah. Will the new Pope be reptilian? We'll see. All right, here we go. This is I remember when I did this in Cyberlink. That was like the best picture I can get of the entity, taking it out of the video. I can't clean that up. That's even worse than the Patty Bigfoot video. Now this is why I was saying that I never republished this video because here, this scene right here, you can see the black guy in the progression right there. And this is not a black guy. Alright. And it only seems to be about 4 feet tall. And it's wearing a red robe, which is very interesting. Because today we have a progression going on with the Pope, and we have a guy over here who's basically wearing garb like Aleister Crowley. And yes, he has a red robe on. And he has a black. Very occultic looking to me. And what is that medallion hanging around his neck? It's not a crucifix. What is that? I'll tell you if I can get a pic. I can't tell. What is that hanging around his neck? Is he a member of the Jesuits here to perform a ritual with the conclave? I'm assuming so. Look, we know the Vatican's been taken over. Rome never fell from power. This is the, you know, the new Rome. But you'll notice another interesting thing. Look at this guy's garb. It's not red. What color is that? Well, that's the color of royalty. That is the color when you put blue and red together. In fact, my infamous reptilian shapeshifting video deals with the subject of Han Purple. That's going to be in my book, and I need to get that published because that is my own research. That's what I mean about people not stealing my research. So yeah, this guy with the garb on. This guy's got a black suit on too. I don't know. But this guy's got the yarmulke on because look, it's not against Jewish people because it's the Zionists that are destroying the world. But it seems like everywhere we turn around, there's a yarmulke somewhere, even in our own government. Why does God's chosen people... Alright, let's not go down that path. God's chosen people apparently need help. And our financial aid. And our nuclear weapons. Whatever. Yeah, so there's a few videos I want to make. I just been trying not to get kicked off YouTube. Because the one about the Second Amendment, I'm not joking about. And if it gets me in trouble, then oh well. You want to know who really wants your guns? Pedophiles and money launderers in the government who are trying to spread Marxism. They want your guns, and I'll explain to you why. Like I said, we as Christians specifically, and Americans, do not have to listen to pedophile Luciferians that want to rule over us. I don't give a shit if they're wearing a black robe or not. I don't care. Just saying. Because there's a lot of them in the Vatican that act like they're speaking on behalf of God. They're not. This is where I go back to the Vatican doing rituals, black magic rituals. Anyway, see if I can get that video back on YouTube. I had a problem with the copyright from the Borgia's TV show, and they blocked it. I'll show you. I have 3 channels here that were backed up. It might be on this one. Hold on. What did I watch? If it's on here, because I want to show you something about some of just the occultism. And black magic comes from the Alpha Draconian Reptilians, period. The occult power of Rome and the Vatican, Vatican symbolism, decoded reptilian worship in plain sight. Alright. Might be on my other, might be on this one. Hold on. Excommunication Vatican Jesuit ritual, the Borgias. Here we go. You want to see what the Vatican really does? Now, I can't play. This is the guy getting the. They call him a heretic. He's trying to call out the church and the Pope. The Borgias were in the Vatican sometime in the Renaissance era. I'm not sure the exact century. But they're doing a ritual in the Vatican to condemn him to hell. Now look at this. You have the Pope in the middle, and he is surrounded by a magic circle of cardinals, just like those guys voting on the new Pope. And I got the volume turned down here for the video, but yeah, they are doing a black magic ritual. They're holding candles, and then at the end they throw the candles and break them. That breaks the magic circle. Yeah, I actually show TV show The Borgias if you want to watch it. They actually showed a real ritual being performed in the Vatican. And they condemn him to hell. This is condemned in the Bible. I don't care what anyone says. The Pope should not be doing excommunication rituals to send people to hell. Because in order to do that, you need to be able to summon and control demons. The Vatican is supposed to be fighting demons, not summoning them. This is why the cardinals, look at them, they're in a magic circle. And you got a scribe here, he's kneeled down holding the book for the Pope to read the ritual from. And they're all standing in a magic circle. They have candles lit. And then at the end of the ritual, he says some words. And then they all break the candles. That's breaking the magic circle. And then after the ritual, it works. And that guy that they're condemning to hell. In medieval times, if you were said to be a heretic, this guy was made to walk through fire. And it was said if he survives, God is protecting you. If you walk through the fire and don't get burnt, then God's protecting you. If you walk through the fire and get burned, then you're condemned to hell. This is the kind of the shit that magistrates from England used to do. Why we broke off of them and became a colony in 1776. We had enough of their shit. And now we're seeing it all over again with activist judges. Nothing new under the sun. Alright, so that's my rant today. And yeah, I'll show you again. I'll have to put the Vatican video down. Yeah, and I showed you that supposed Alpha Draconian looking thing in the Vatican. I don't know, it looks reptilian to me. And it's got a red robe on. It's got eyes that are set on the sides of its head like an octopus. Yep, just like that, just like the Yusef Estes video. And anymore, I'm getting more angry about the humans that are actually serving them. And the reptilians themselves. It'd be like yelling at mosquitoes all day for getting bit by mosquitoes. They're blood-sucking parasites. What else are you going to do? I have another theory. Let me make that video. I have a theory that a lot of parasitic creatures may in fact be demonic in nature. I don't know what God was thinking when he made some of these entities that we have on Earth, parasites. Specifically ones that feed on blood. Like, but yeah, who knows? Maybe they were engineering insects in Babylon also. Who knows? Just... So anyway, if you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. Somebody sent us some cat food. I appreciate it. I got it. And some cat toys. There were three fish. I have 3 cats. And each of the cat got their own fish toy. And Macy, Zoe, and Dougal were all playing with them the other day. I should have got video. All 3 of them were playing together. It was pretty cool. So I appreciate that. But I always need cigarettes and food. I don't monetize my videos. And yeah, that's kind of all. So yeah, they're about to elect a new pope. If the pope's name is Peter, they're trying to self-fulfill the Antichrist prophecy. I'm telling you right now. And it might be. Peter is supposedly the last pope before the Antichrist arrives. But this is not the real end times, okay? The bullshit that Democrats are doing and these other pedophiles in government and secret societies, they're not ushering in the Antichrist. In fact, I believe that secret societies are kind of falling behind their true purpose right now. I think a lot of men that have joined the Masons have done it because they are in the closet pedophiles and they want business connections. The root of all money is evil, and pedophilia is evil. So these are evil people trying to do evil things with a veil of secrecy and protection around them. So this is why I do what I do, to expose these scumbags. Because they're supposed to be finding the 72-syllable lost word of God, but they're too busy playing games on national TV. Tucker Carlson, Master Mason. I ain't got times for games from Freemason anymore. And I'm going to start calling them out, including the ones in Trump's administration. And other members of secret societies, including Eastern Stars. And I'm calling out the MAGA trannies. Laura Loomer. Yeah. So expect me to get... What are they going to do? Kick me off YouTube again? Oh well. Someone's got to expose these pieces of shit. So I'll do it. And it's going to come at a great cost. I know it is. I'm self-sabotaging myself again. Except I'm not drunk this time. I'll admit, some of my rants in the past were done under alcohol. People liked them. Yeah, there were some pretty... I did one about what I told the Deep State, what I really thought about them. And they deleted my YouTube channel within a half hour. Just saying. So they don't like being exposed. They're cowards. Just like parasites. And, anyway, it's all for my rant today. It's nice out. I need ice cream money. The ice cream truck is coming around again. So yeah, if you want to donate to my ice cream fund. And Macy likes ice cream. She likes vanilla ice cream. She only licks a little bit off the cone, but she likes that and cream cheese. That's her weakness. And Dougal likes steak. Yeah, of course he's my cat. House Panther. In fact, I just brushed the cats today. That was fun. They're shedding. Yeah, it's getting hot in Philly. It's nice outside right now. It's like 74 degrees out. Yeah, spring's here. Any questions or comments, leave them below. Maybe I'll get this video back on YouTube, the Alpha Draconian Reptilians shown by the Vatican. But I'm telling you right now, if the new, and there is a candidate up for Popeism who goes by the name Peter. He has an Italian name, but it's basically Peter. I'm not sure how. He is, I believe that one is Italian. I honestly think that the next Pope should be from Africa. And I'll say that on behalf of black people from Africa. There is a very big Christian presence in Africa. I don't know if you knew this. Including Emmanuel, who supposedly fled to Ethiopia after his resurrection. Yeah. Jesus supposedly fled to Ethiopia after his resurrection. And he went there with a group called the Order of the Nazarene. And what the Nazarene do is they guard the sacred lost teachings of Jesus. Jesus' own words, because they would be detrimental to a bunch of Roman pagans and pedophiles in the church. Just saying. Remember, Jesus flipped over the money tables in the church. And in the book of Ezekiel, he accuses some of the people in there. He calls out the Freemason in the book of Ezekiel. The men who turn their back towards the altar of God to worship the sun in the east. Yes, that's the Masons. The Temple of Solomon is to the east, and every Masonic lodge points to the east, and it's basically what they call sun worship. So, yeah, it's my Reptilian Vatican rant. If you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. Any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.